Today we are going to discuss a very interesting chapter, HTML. So the full form of HTML is Hypertext Markup Language. H for hyper, T for text, M for markup and L for language. So in this chapter we are going to discuss the fundamentals of HTML, that means the tags, how we are going to design a web page, the tags which are used in the web page for designing, the attributes used, etc. will be discussed in this chapter. So before going on to the details, let us discuss some basic points related to the web page. So first we are going to discuss what do you mean by web designing. All of you know the term web designing. There is no need of any further explanation about the web designing. All of you know what is web designing. It is a process of designing web pages. Simple definition, it is a process of designing web pages. And what should be done after designing? These web pages should be linked together to form a website. Or another way we can say that website is a collection of web pages. So designing the web pages is known as web designing. There are various softwares available for web designing, and the program that is used for this coding is known as HTML, or HTML is the code that is used for web designing or web programming. Okay, it is a basic program code used for web designing. Okay, so there are two types of web pages. The first classification is static web page and dynamic web page. What are the two classifications? Static web page and dynamic web page. So you are familiar with the terms static and dynamic. We have heard so many times these words, static and dynamic. But here there is a slight difference between the previous terms we have described for the static and dynamic. Here, static web pages means these web pages, the content of these web pages will be the same until it is changed manually. That is the meaning of static. Static means constant. Okay, here the term static means it is constant, or the content will be the same until it is changed manually through the program. Okay, so in the first stage of web designing, only HTML program was used for designing the web pages. So in that time, the web pages did not contain any animation effects. Clear? But with the as the years passed by, the scripting languages emerged, and the scripting languages like JavaScript and VBScript helped to bring the animation to the static web page. So although it brought animation, the content will be same throughout the content will be same until it is changed manually by the programmer. Okay, so that is the meaning of static web page. And the second difference is static web pages cannot use database, or it cannot link the database to the web page. Static web page cannot link the database to the web page. Okay, that is the second difference. And the third difference is static web page need only the browser to run the program. So what do you mean by browser? Or what are the examples of browser? Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, Opera, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, etc. are the examples of browser. So to run or to execute the static web page, we need only the browser, or the result can be displayed in the browser itself and does not require any server-side application program. Okay, only the client-server program on a browser is required for running the static web pages. And the last point is static web pages are easy to develop. So we are going to study how a static web page can be developed. Okay, so once again I repeat, the contents will be the same throughout until the user is until the programmer changes it manually. Second one, static web pages does not use any database. It only requires the browser, the client browser, to run the program. Does not require any server-side application. And because of these features, it is very easy to develop static, or very easy to design static web page. And we are going to study how a static web page can be designed in this chapter. So next we are going to discuss about the dynamic web pages. In static web page, we have already said the content will be constant until it is changed manually. Here, just opposite of that definition will be given in the case of static web page. The content and layout may change during the runtime. So while we are viewing the web pages, the content will change constantly. Content and layout will change constantly. That is an example of dynamic web pages. The web pages we are dealing with the web pages we are viewing in the internet are all of dynamic web pages because we know that the contents and layout are changing constantly. Clear? Continuously. So these type of web pages are known as dynamic web pages. And so what's the speciality of this dynamic web page? These are executed at a server-side application. Dynamic web pages are executed using a server-side application program which is installed in the server, not in a computer or not in the client side. Okay, so dynamic web pages can be executed using a server-side application program, and that application program is installed in the web server. Okay, and what happens? The application is run at the web server and the result is displayed in the client browser. So that is how we are viewing the web pages. So in the background, this web page is executed at the server side, and after execution the result is displayed, or the result is sent to the client browser. So that is how we can see this web page in our system or in our client browser. Okay, and the third and very important point is dynamic web pages uses databases. In most of the case, the dynamic web page access database. For example, we can take the example of viewing your result. You viewed your results using Kerala results. For example, you might have used the site keralaresults.nic.in. What happened there? When you are giving your register number, your mark list will be displayed. When some other student is giving their register number, their mark list will be displayed. So what happened is this: the database linked to the server or the database is attached to this dynamic web page. So when we are requesting a data or when we are requesting a result from the dynamic web page, it automatically attaches to the database linked to the dynamic web page. That is how we are getting the result when each student give his or her register number. Okay, so this is not possible in the case of static web pages. This is possible only in the case of dynamic web pages because dynamic web page can use database. Clear? Now the modern technologies such as PHP, ASP, JSP, etc. are used for developing dynamic web pages. And because of these features, dynamic web pages requires programming skills. It's very attractive, but dynamic web pages are very attractive. These are the web pages that we are using today. But to design a dynamic web page, we require programming skills. Clear? Okay. Now next we are going to look, I have already said in this chapter we are going to study about the fundamentals of HTML. We are not going into the advanced features of web designing. We are going to study about the fundamentals of the web designing step. Okay. So for this we have to first understand the basic concept of HTML. For we are starting from the base. The base of any web designing program is HTML. So what is the full form of HTML? We have already said hypertext markup language. It is a language that is used to design a web page. Now, an HTML document contains three main points or three main parts. It contains, all the HTML document will contain tags, it will contain attributes and elements. And what are the specialties of these three data? It works together to decide how the contents of the web page have to be displayed. So the every HTML document will contain tags, attributes and elements. And what is specialty of this? This will work together to decide how the content should be displayed on the browser. Okay. So next we are going to look in detail what's the meaning of tags, what's the meaning of attributes, and what's the meaning of elements. So the other name of tag is commands. Tags is also known as commands. Commands used in HTML document. Okay, so tag means commands. We are going to discuss what is the definition of tags and how they are used, etc. So tags are commands in HTML which tell the browser how to format and organize the web page to show the content. So how the content should be displayed is determined by the tags, or what are the contents in the web page or in the static web pages or in dynamic web pages is decided by the tags. Okay, so each tag contains a tag name. The command contains a command. In other words, we can say command contains a command. In the similar way, tag contains a tag name. What is specialty of this tag name? It is enclosed between the we are saying these brackets as angle brackets between the less than sign and the greater than sign. This less than sign and greater than sign is known as angle brackets. So the tag name is enclosed between the less than sign and the greater than sign, or the angle brackets. And the third and very important point of HTML tag is HTML tags are not case sensitive. There is no need to write in capital letter or small letter. It can be written in any way. It can be written either in capital letter, either in small letter, or we can write the tags in mix-up letters, in capital letter as well as in small letters. So HTML is an example of tag. Here see the term HTML or the command HTML is enclosed between the enclosed between the angle brackets less than sign and the greater than sign. So HTML is a command, or in other words we can say HTML is a tag. How you can know it is a tag? Because it is enclosed between the less than sign and the greater than sign. Okay, HTML can be written as in capital letter HTML, in small letter HTML, as well as in mix-up also we can write it as HTML. These three representations have the same meaning. Whereas in the case of C++, we have said that C++ is a case-sensitive language, and the commands given in capital letter and small letter have different meaning. But in the case of HTML, it is not case-sensitive; all have the same meaning. Okay. So the tags are mainly classified into two. The first one is these are the general features of tags. We have explained the general features of tag. Next we are going little deep to the explanation of the tag. Tags are basically classified into two: container tag and empty tag. Okay, so what do you mean by container tag? We have already said the tag command is enclosed between the close angle brackets, that is less than sign and the greater than sign. Okay, so container tag means a tag which comes in pairs are known as container tags. Tags which come in pairs. What do you mean by pairs? Pair means it contains an opening tag and closing tag. Okay, so if a tag requires an opening tag and closing tag for its working, such type of tags are known as container tags. So what do you mean by opening tag? Head is an example of opening tag. Okay, now see, if I have written as, for example, HTML is an example of opening tag. Next, the closing tag is I have given a /HTML. Before the command HTML, there comes a slash. This is closing tag. So if a slash comes before the command, that is closing tag, and if it is simply written as the command, it is known as opening tag. So some tags requires the opening tag and closing tag for its working. Such types of tags are known as container tags. So most of the tags that we use in HTML are container tags. Clear? Once again I repeat. Tags which comes in pairs are called container. What do you mean by the pair? Pairs means it requires or it contains opening tag and closing tag for its working. Okay. So example of container tag is most of the tags in HTML are container tag. One and the single example is HTML itself. HTML tag is a container tag because it requires the opening tag HTML and closing tag HTML for its working. What do you mean by opening tag HTML? If the command is written as such, it is known as opening tag. Whereas if the command is written the command is followed by a slash, it is known as closing tag. See here, HTML is followed by a slash. So this is known as closing tag and this is known as opening tag. So for HTML command to work, it requires both opening tag and closing tag. So HTML tag is known as container tag. Now see some of the examples I have drawn. This is the basic structure of an HTML program. We will discuss in the next class about the basic structure. I have just written to show you the examples of opening and closing tag. So here look, the tag HTML. This is opening and this is closing. How we can know this is closing? Because it has a slash in front of HTML. Okay. So for HTML to work, it requires the opening tag and it requires the closing tag HTML. Next container tag is head. See here, head, opening tag, head, closing tag. So head, for the command head to work or for the tag head to work, it requires both opening tag and the closing tag. Okay. So next one is title. For the title is a command. We will go in detail to it in the next class. For that, so the command title to work, it requires both the opening tag and the closing tag. How we can know this is closing tag? Because in front of the command title it has a slash. Next command is body. Body is also a command used in HTML. So for the body command to work, it requires both the opening tag and the closing tag. So this is opening tag, this is the closing tag. So in this example, HTML, head, title, body are container tags. Clear? Okay. So next we are going to the second classification, empty tag. Just the opposite of container tag. Container tag requires both opening tag and closing tag for its working, but in the case of empty tag, it does not exist in pairs. It does not require both opening tag and closing tag its working. So it requires only opening tag. It does not require closing tag. It requires only opening tag. Okay. So some of the examples I have written here: BR tag is used for break, HR for horizontal line, IMG for giving the image, etc. are known as empty tags. Clear? So BR only requires the opening tag BR for its working. Similarly, HR requires only HR tag for its working. Similarly, IMG tag requires only IMG tag for its working. It does not need the closing tag IMG or the closing tag HR or the closing tag BR for its working. It requires only opening tag BR, opening tag HR and opening tag IMG for its working. Okay. So we have discussed about the first part of the HTML document, tag. Now we are going to discuss about the second point of the HTML document, attributes. So we have already said tag is the command used in HTML document. So what do you mean by attributes? Attributes are actually the data or the additional information we are giving to these commands are known as attributes. Okay, or in other words, in simple words, we can say the features of the commands. The features we are giving to the commander can be termed as the attribute. For example, if I want to change the background color of a web page, okay, body tag is used for this portion. I just give a simple explanation about the body tag. We will go in detail about the body tag in the next class. So a body tag, we know that it is a container tag, and this body tag is the data given or the explanation given within the body tag will be the content displayed in the web page. Okay, so I have used body tag. Now I have given an attribute BG color is equal to yellow. That means the background color of our web page should be yellow. That's the meaning of this. So body is the tag and I am giving its features. What feature I am giving? Well, the feature given is the background color. Okay, so the background color should be what color? Yellow color. So this is the tag, this is the attribute, and this is the value. Okay, so what do you mean by attribute? Attributes are the data or the parameters under way of data, under name of data is parameters which are included in the opening tag. So the data which are included in the opening tag to provide additional information are known as attributes. Okay. Now, what is specialty of this attribute? This attribute always requires some value. Most of the attributes requires a value, because if we are just giving BG color, it does not mean anything. So I have to say which color should be the background color. That is a value. Okay. So if I am giving BG color is equal to yellow, that means the background color should be yellow. So if I am just giving body BG color, it does not mean anything. Okay. So most of the attributes require some value. Okay. Now these values can be given in double quotes or single quotes. If we are giving yellow in double quotes, it's okay. In the similar way, if we are giving yellow in single quotes, it is also okay. So most of the attributes can be given in double quotes or single quotes. Now more than one attributes can be given for a single tag. Okay, that attributes can more than one attributes can be given by leaving a space between the attributes. So there are some standard attributes, only the standard attributes that are defined for the tag can be used, and any number of standard defined attributes given for the tag can be given within the single statement separated by space between the attributes. Clear? Okay. So we have completed a second point of HTML elements of second point of HTML document. Now we are going to the third point, HTML elements. So what do you mean by HTML elements? HTML element means a pair of tags and the content enclosed between these tags is known as element. So this is an example of HTML element. A pair of tags, that means a body tag and closing tag body, and in between I have given the data welcome to HTML. So this complete sentence can be termed as an element. So what does it mean? The body, the web page, the body BG color is equal to yellow means the web page color, background color should be yellow, and what should be displayed? Welcome to HTML will be displayed. So this complete sentence will be this complete sentence is known as the HTML element. So a pair of tag and the content enclosed between these tags, the content enclosed between these tags, that is the opening tag and the closing tag, are known as element of HTML. Clear? Okay. Hope all of you have understood the fundamentals of HTML. In the next class, we will be discussing the tags related to essential tags as well as the advanced tags, common tags related to the HTML program. Thank you.